Today's thank you. For today's training is about video, just like best practices, and then some optimization stuff. So if at any point you have questions, feel free obviously to jump in and ask. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get started. I don't think this is gonna take the full hour by any means, so you know, prepare yourself for that. All right. So to like bare bones setup for video, you're gonna need a cell phone and either a tripod or something to prop up your cell phone with. It doesn't have to be a tripod. If you want to be fancy, you can throw in some lighting, you can throw in a mic. You can get really, decently made lav mics off of Amazon for like 30 bucks. So that connect right to your phone. So if you're interested in that, that is something I can help you do. Otherwise, we have tripods in the office. You're more than welcome to borrow at any time. And if I'm in the office, you can obviously use our mics as well. And then lights, you can buy a ring light if you want to. They make them in all different shapes and sizes, but it's not necessary. If you have like a window you can sit in front of, that works just as well. So yeah, that's the setup. Cool. That's the stuff. All right, content. So this is where everybody gets like hung up, right? And I think we tend to overthink what we're saying and doing in video when really it's not. It is important how you're delivering the content, but it's better to get the content out there than to overthink and analyze. So basically for a solid video, you need a hook that will captivate the right audience. So when you're trying to figure out how you want to open your video, about who your ideal audience is and write your hook for them. Don't try to write it for the general public. So if you're doing a video on like getting into real estate investing, for example, you're going to think about the person who is, in their 20s or 30s or older, looking to buy their first investment property. Don't write it for a first-time home buyer who has no idea how to do a real estate transaction, right? Make it more specific because you're going to find the right audience that way. The algorithms will help you do that if your hook is good. Basically, for a good hook, you need to have some drama, something funny or silly, or ask a question. So, I'm trying to think for real estate investing. Maybe, you could like pull it. Yeah.
Unreal.
Anyway, if you're doing investment stuff, you could just say something about like rents rising or
House hacking.
Yeah, house hacking, anything that's kind of like trending in the media is always a good like pull in for a hook. You're gonna start with your hook. You're gonna have 2 or 3 talking points. I always recommend writing them out beforehand and having them somewhere where you can reference them, because when you're doing video, you don't have to do it all in one take, right? Like you can do choppy and then just put it together. We have a video service now that lets you do that. So you could literally like say, so if this is my notes, right? I'm gonna say my hook, then I'm gonna take a break, look at my talking point, decide how I wanna say it, deliver it, and then do the same thing for the next one. And then for the conclusion, you can do it a couple different ways, right? You could either say like, you could reintroduce yourself as a real estate agent. You could just end it if you want to. I don't really recommend that. Or you can button it up by just like repeating your talking points and say this out.
There's also an app that I use called Prompter that you can write points in the scripts and
have it on your phone.
Yeah. So because I
know Parker used to use that too. Yeah, and it's great. I also want to point out that it is okay. Like if you're using a teleprompter or if you have your stuff written out, allow yourself to go off script. It's not a huge like. Normally the videos that are conversational style versus like very scripted do better anyway. So allow yourself to act like you're talking to somebody and not, just talking to your phone. But again, the more detailed you get with the video, the more the better it'll perform to the right audience. It doesn't really matter if the wrong audience is seeing your stuff if it's not who you are trying to target, right? So the more in-depth, the more detailed you can be, the better. That doesn't mean that your videos need to be, 10 minutes long, but little nuggets in each video is the way to go right now. The delivery I recommend standing for video unless you're like in a car, obviously, or like if you want to do like at a desk. But standing, usually you project better and you have better posture. I would recommend obviously being like friendly and smiling. You want to be approachable, right? So don't like, if you have RBF like me, don't let that take over. Look at the camera, obviously. Don't like, if you have like a whiteboard, for example, behind your camera, don't look at your whiteboard, look at the camera. It's really obvious to see when people are reading off of the camera. And then have confidence in yourself. If you're deciding to make a video about something, the odds are you know what you're talking about. So use the knowledge that you have and don't, I mean, we're our biggest critic, right? We're our own biggest critic. So don't overthink what you're saying. Be confident in what information you have. If you are someone who, I'm thinking like Jelena, it helps her to have somebody on the other side of the camera because it feels more conversational. If you're that type of person, ask a friend to stand on the other side of the camera. It's nice to do that too, because if they have an idea, or if you say something and they're like, well, I feel like it would make more sense if you say it this way, then you have that second set of ears to help you do that. Going off of that, if you don't like what you said, re-say it. Again, you don't have to do everything in one take, so feel free to say stuff different ways, because you may like how you said something in the first half of the sentence, but the second half you don't like, so then you can like flip it, right? You can cut it and flip it. Oh yeah, and then don't watch it back, especially if you do a one take. Don't watch it back. You're your biggest critic, so you're gonna like pull apart every single little thing, when in reality it doesn't. It's not that deep. It doesn't matter. And then just some reminders at the bottom. You're your own biggest critic. Take it easy on yourself. I've kind of touched on that already. Done is better than perfect. Consistency is key, especially with short form video. If you post once a week with short form video, odds are you're not going to get a lot of traction with it. So I mean, I'm a big fan of batch recording. So if you can carve out 2 hours to just record video once a week or once every 2 weeks, you have the content there. All you have to do is post it. That definitely helps. And then using hashtags related to the video and ones that are trending, kind of playing around with that and seeing what works best. I know we have a couple of agents on our team who have found success through hashtags, specifically around like Minnesota real estate or Minnesota housing. So hashtags definitely work if you can find the way to make them work for you, which a lot of that is just trial and error. So, and then using trending sounds, which if you don't know what's trending, go on TikTok for 2 minutes and you'll figure it out. Moving on to optimization. So this is just kind of like a cheat sheet for you guys to keep in mind when you're looking at different platforms right now. And obviously the optimization link changes all the time for algorithms, but right now this is where it's at. So video requirements. So this is the max length that videos can be. Instagram Reels right now it's at 1.5 minutes. I'm assuming that will go up to 3 minutes within the next couple of months to match TikTok, but right now it's at 3 minutes, or right now it's at 1.5 minutes. Optimized length is 15 to 30 seconds, which is super short. Those are usually the ones like picture someone walking through a house and it's just like quick. There's no like talking or anything over it. Those are doing really well right now. I don't necessarily think that that'll be a forever thing, but right now that is where it's at. And then if you are looking at like how you're going to gain the most traction, posting at least 3 times a week to Instagram Reels specifically, that does not include like a graphic post or a story post. You're going to see the most traction that way. If you can post every day, you're going to do better. I know. Facebook, you can put a 20-hour video on Facebook if you want to. Would not recommend it, but you sure can. No, not a typo. The optimized video length is less than 1 minute, and optimized video right now is vertical on Facebook. It's not horizontal. So the same way that you're filming an Instagram Reel or a TikTok is the best way to go about that. And then Facebook is a little bit less focused on video still, so you can get away with posting 2 times a week and still gain traction that way. TikTok, it varies by account. Some accounts have the ability to post 10-minute videos right now. Again, wouldn't recommend it. That's really long. Nobody's gonna watch it. Most accounts are up to 3 minutes. But if you're wanting to repurpose content on Reels and TikTok, then 1.5 minutes or shorter. Optimized length varies by content on TikTok, but usually it's 10 to 15 seconds. Just because people's attention spans are real short on TikTok. So unless you have a really good hook or you're sharing a nugget that nobody else has shared, you have very little time to capture it. And then TikTok, you gotta post daily if you want to get traction. YouTube. So there's YouTube and there's YouTube Shorts. YouTube is your horizontal, typical YouTube video. You can post up to a 12-hour long video on YouTube. Don't do it. Optimized length is 5 to 15 minutes. For these, you're thinking like a day in the life video, like an in-depth market analysis type of stuff like that. For those, you can post once a week. Those are really great if you are doing YouTube videos like that. Take that content and chop it up into short form, and that way you're not recording a ton of video content. You can just record, 1 or 2 long form, chop it up, and that's all of your content for the other platforms. YouTube Shorts is relatively new. It is, honestly, it's more similar to stories than it is to like Reels or TikTok, in my opinion, but they're up to 60-second long videos. They're vertical, they're the same like situation as a Reel or a TikTok, but they're still pretty new, so they are gaining traction. They just opened up monetization on those, and if you're interested in like monetizing the stuff, monetization on YouTube Shorts is higher than any other platform. So similar to how like YouTube video monetization is pretty high still. So if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely look into that. I'm happy to assist with that. And then again, just repurposing content. But you have to be smart about it, right? You have different audiences on every platform, so keep that in mind too. Not every video makes sense on every platform. And then at the bottom, I just put some video topics for you. The ones that I really recommend, if you're looking to get established in an area, I really recommend doing like highlighting neighborhoods. Like if you're a Minneapolis heavy agent, go and do a highlight video in downtown, go and do one in Powderhorn, go and do one in Northeast, and like really highlight what is in each neighborhood and what makes them different. And then with that, you can highlight local businesses and tag them and partner with them, and your reach on your video will go far and wide that way. Also, like vendor spotlight videos do really well. So we did a series with Marigold where we did Instagram Reels and we added them as collaborators. And so it looked like the video that we took and we edited was posted on their own account as well. And the reach on those was really great. So stuff like that. And then obviously, like if you're at a showing, do a quick video walkthrough of showing and post those too, because those are easy and they do really well. Other than that, those are just some different ones also. And then we have the video Slack channel where I'm going to post 2 or 3 topics a week to keep it funky fresh. Other than that, that's all I have. That's a lot of information, but it's just, that general base layer video stuff. And then if you guys are interested in getting into more video, I recommend using our editor that we opened up to you guys. He is great and he is ready to roll whenever y'all are. So are there any questions? No? Cool. All right. Well, that was the shortest training on the face of the planet. If you guys ever have questions or want to do like a video consult, let me know. I'm happy to assist. Otherwise, I will see y'all at the team meeting.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.